Good evening. Stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start being excited about what could go right. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Members of the Bahrain Parliament sought amendments to pensions law. His Highness National Security Advisor bid farewell to Turkey-bound search and rescue team. Two Bahraini families evacuated from Hatay of Turkey. Smart gates make Dubai airport journey easier and scanning documents no longer needed. US House voted to end foreign air traveler COVID vaccine requirement. News in detail. Members of the Bahrain Parliament sought amendments to pensions law. Bahrain's legislators have submitted a proposal seeking amendments to the pensions law for public, private and military sectors. They are calling for reduction of employees' contributions from the current 7% to 6%. They have also sought an annual increase in pensions, especially for those with minimal income, to enable them to cope with the sharp rise in living costs. His Highness National Security Advisor bid farewell to Turkey-bound search and rescue team. In compliance with the directives of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, the Bahrain Defense Force is participating in the humanitarian relief mission, Operation Arms of Relief, in the sisterly Republic of Turkey, represented by a search and rescue team from the Royal Guard. The mission is under the supervision of Major General His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, National Security Advisor and Commander of the Royal Guard. His Highness Sheikh Nasser was at the forefront of those who bid farewell to the search and rescue team upon their departure for Turkey yesterday in the presence of the Royal Guard Special Force, Colonel His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa. His Highness Sheikh Nasser highlighted His Majesty the King's constant keenness on launching humanitarian initiatives to help and provide relief to the afflicted and needy people in various parts of the world. He also referred to the support of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Prime Minister, as well as the BDF Commander-in-Chief, Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad Al Khalifa. Mosques in Bahrain offered absentee prayers for Syria and Turkey quake victims. In implementation of the directives of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, worshippers in all mosques across the Kingdom of Bahrain performed yesterday, after Friday prayer, the funeral prayers in absentia for the victims of the earthquake in Syria and Turkey. His Majesty the King directed yesterday to perform the absentee funeral prayers for the victims of the earthquake. Imams of mosques conducted prayers during the Friday sermons to bless the victims with mercy, wishing the injured a speedy recovery and constant security to Bahrain and the Muslim countries. Two Bahraini families evacuated from Hatay of Turkey. Two Bahraini families have been evacuated from the Hatay province in Turkey that has witnessed deaths and large-scale destruction following a massive earthquake on Monday. The families have been transferred to Ankara to enable them to travel back to Bahrain, diplomatic sources revealed. Social Development Minister commended role of charity societies. Social Development Minister Osama bin Ahmed Khalaf Al Asfour received heads and board members of a number of social society institutions and discussed cooperation. During the meeting, he stressed the ministry's support to the efforts made by the charity societies, praising their key role in serving citizens. He also pledged to facilitate the work of charity societies in line with the laws and regulations. LMRA, NPR and Capital Police Directorate conducted a joint inspection campaign. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority conducted a joint inspection campaign in the Capital Governorate in coordination with the Nationality Passports and Residence Affairs of the Ministry of Interior and the Capital Governorate Police Directorate. The campaign resulted in reporting violations related to the labour market and residency laws. The reported cases were referred for legal action. LMR stressed its commitment to report any violation through a continuous and intensive inspection plan in cooperation with the relevant government entities. Now we will be back after a very short break. The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
വാട്ടിയ വാഴയിലയിൽ കുത്തരിച്ചോറും പരിപ്പും പപ്പടവും സാമ്പാറും അവിയലും തോരനുമൊക്കെയായി ഒരു പൊതിച്ചോറ് കിട്ടിയാലോ? കൊതിച്ചു നിൽക്കാതെ വരൂ മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റിലേക്ക്. സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ, ചൈനീസ്, ഗ്രിൽ തുടങ്ങിയ വ്യത്യസ്ത രുചിഭേദങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആസ്വദിക്കാം ഫാമിലി ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റായ മോനോയിൽ നിന്നും. കൂടാതെ പാർട്ടി ഹാൾ, പ്രൈവറ്റ് പാർക്കിംഗ്, ലൈസൻസ്, ഷീഷ, ലൈവ് മ്യൂസിക് എന്നിവയും ലഭ്യമാണ്. മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റ് after Siam Garage, Lulu Dana Mall Road, Burhama. Contact number 7793 4111 3363 4111.
Welcome back. GCC leaders aid for earthquake-stricken Turkey and Syria commended. The Gulf states leaders are commended for launching relief aid campaigns towards victims of the devastating earthquake which hit Turkey and Syria last Monday, said a GCC official on Friday. In a press release, Gulf Cooperation Council Secretary General Jassam al-Budaiwi affirmed that the relief aid campaigns launched by members of the GCC states would hopefully lessen the impact and suffering of those affected by the tragic event. According to Kuwait News Agency, he commended the official and popular response towards the relief aid campaigns, which reflected the sincere humanitarian feeling directed to those affected by the destructive natural disaster in both Turkey and Syria. Smart gates make Dubai airport journey easier and scanning documents no longer needed. No need to stand in line anymore when traveling from Dubai International Airport, particularly at immigration. Emirates ID card holders, visitors who have a visa on arrival and a biometric passport can make their way through Dubai seamlessly with the enhanced smart gates that use the latest biometric facial and iris recognition technology. However, travelers need to be registered to use the gates. All guests who have recently arrived at Dubai are likely to have been registered on entering the immigration touch point. Passage with biometric clearance applies to those registered with the GDRFA since 2019. One who registered for the smart gates can pass through by simply looking at the green light without the need to scan a document. Smart gates match faces to data connected to immigration databases, which identify if the passenger is a UAE national, GCC national, UAE resident, or a visa on arrival guest. US House voted to end foreign air traveler COVID vaccine requirement. The US House of Representatives has voted to end a requirement that most foreign air travelers be vaccinated against COVID-19. one of the few remaining pandemic travel restrictions still in place. The vote was 227 to 201, with 7 Democrats joining Republicans. No Republicans voted against the bill, Reuters recorded. The Biden administration in June dropped its requirement that people arriving in the United States by air must test negative for COVID, but has not lifted Centers for Disease Control and Prevention vaccination requirements for most foreign travelers. The White House said Tuesday it was opposed to the bill, saying the vaccine requirement has allowed loved ones across the globe to reunite while reducing the spread of COVID-19 and the burdens it placed on the health care system in the United States. It's not clear if the Senate will take up the bill. The White House plans to end the COVID public health emergency on May 11th. India's Director General of Civil Aviation imposed a ₹2 million fine on AirAsia for violation of norms. Aviation Regulatory Directorate General of Civil Aviation imposed a fine of ₹2 million on AirAsia India after it found the airline violated norms on pilot proficiency checks and instrument rating tests. This came to light after the DGCA conducted a surveillance inspection between November 23rd to 25th, after which a shock cause notice was issued to the airline's accountable manager, head of training and all its designated examiners, wherein they were asked to give reasons as to why an enforcement action should not be taken against them due to lack of oversight of their regulatory obligations. The written reply of the accountable manager, head of training and all designated examiners were examined. Accordingly, a financial penalty of ₹2 million has been imposed on AirAsia India for violation of applicable DGCA civil aviation requirements. A statement issued by the DGCA read. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.